I was looking through my old art when I got the idea to redraw them to see how much I've improved over the years. I went through every old sketchbook and file I could find and chose these 6. I don't have more of an introduction to this, so straight up to drawing. I started with this one from around 3 years ago or so. This was my old Sona, and I remember being so proud of this drawing. I also remember writing their lore on a Word document, but that's probably been deleted by now. Nevertheless, I can tell you a bit about him. I think originally this character used to be just like half wolf, and then my Minecraft obsession started, and I made this little story for them, where they entered the cave and found a big purple crystal, and he decided he wanted it for himself, so he tried to steal it, but in doing so, the whole cavern collapsed. They managed to escape, but the crystal got like stuck in their hand and started corrupting their body. And well, you can see they have like horns, a purple eye, and that scar on his face is like, I imagine a part of the crystal shattered and hurt them like that. And well, here's the design I made for them back then. You can see kind of like the whole crystal deal. But yeah, that's the lore 11-year-old me made for their Sona. The lighting on the original drawing is weird. It was supposed to be the end for Minecraft, but I added this yellow lighting. And I was debating whether to imagine there was a torch or change the lighting completely. And I decided on the latter. I changed the lighting into what could be the dragon dying, or even this new update where everything suddenly turns purple. This is the second drawing that I've ever drawn with this art style, so it was more of a practice than anything. And this is the end result. I really like how it turned out. Now, onto the second drawing. This one didn't really have anything special, but I liked the potential. The original started with one of those draw what you see pixelated images, and this is what I saw. I don't think the original is that bad, honestly, but I also was too proud and way too lazy about it. I remember especially thinking, she's missing a leg, but then going, it's fine, no one will notice. I really like drawing people dancing or performing, or just being the center of attention of a crowd. I feel like back then I didn't pay much attention to the character I was drawing, but these kind of scenes make me think about their personality and stuff. And looking at this character, I'd imagine she's like shy off stage, but you can feel the confidence she gets when she's performing. And I could think about a lot of things I could say about her. I could think about a lot of personality traits that could make her character, but I won't, at least not right now. Maybe I'll hold on to this idea for another video. Who knows, maybe. I feel like I could have rendered it a little bit better, but honestly I was kind of tired and probably got distracted with other things, but this is the end result. I like to think my way of drawing light has improved a lot. So here's the thing, after those two I kind of forgot about this for a while, more than a month. So there's quite a gap between those first ones and the following ones, just keep that in mind. For the next one, I have fan art of a very loved person in the art community, Shaden Animations. I drew this around the QSMV era, I think, so 2, almost 3 years ago? I don't even know anymore. My concept of time has not been working the past few years. But anyway, I think I drew her Minecraft skin at the time. Here I wanted to draw her current VTuber model, so that's a little change from the original one. I also decided to try out a few new brushes, but nothing too far from my usual style. Shaden has for a long time been an inspiration for me, both content and art-wise. I admire the way she has formed such an awesome community, and the noticeable effort she puts into what she does. I don't really know what else to say. Every time I try to put what I feel into words, it just stops feeling genuine, but you get what I'm getting at. At first, I wanted to draw it without that many shadows and without a defined light source, but I got carried away so easily and started rendering as I usually do. I just couldn't help it, I saw the potential. Something I really like about this drawing was the way I drew the wings, because even though my own Sona has wings, I don't really draw wings that often. So every once in a while I have to relearn how to draw them, and honestly, I'd bet this is one of the best wings I've ever drawn. I had a vision here. I remembered what I was aiming for back then and executed it. And I feel pretty satisfied with how it turned out. Here's the next one. As you may notice, all of the previous ones were digital, but to be fair with my past self, I decided to go on traditional for the next 3 drawings. These next ones are way older than the previous ones. This drawing is from around 2019 or 2020, so 6 years old. Wow. Some of you might recognize the art style resembled in the original drawing. You guessed it, it's Gacha Life. I actually used to be a gacha tuber and made quite a few videos, and you can very clearly see the influence of those years in the design. A demon angel with half black, half white hair? Sure. During this, I was trying to think of what I'd use to paint it. In the end, I settled with pencils. I actually love this medium, especially because I don't have that many colors, especially skin tones, which makes me have to think outside the box for most colors. To paint black, I used blue, purple and a little bit of black pencil. To paint the skin, I used yellow, orange, red, pink and a bit of purple and so on. However, I'm gonna use different mediums for all these drawings. You can already see how it's turning out, and to be honest, I'm not too happy with this one. The colors are fine, but overall I feel like I got way too used to doing this digitally, and so the proportion on this feel weird because I couldn't just use the lasso tool and move things. Nevertheless, it wasn't a complete failure. Not everything is gonna turn out the way I like, and that's okay. Now, for the next one, I'm gonna try to use watercolor markers and watercolor pencils. Also, guess what? This was one of my very first gachazonas. I'm gonna be so honest, by this point I was kind of tired of this challenge and I just wanted to get it over with, which was a mistake. I should have taken a break, but I didn't. Even so, I liked how this drawing looked. It was pretty much what I had in mind, except that I only spent 10 minutes on it, so I didn't put the effort I could have to improve it. But because things were going okay, something had to go wrong. I started painting with the watercolor pencils and markers, but I had forgotten one small detail. I was using sketchbook paper. As you may know, sketchbook paper is very prone to thinning and breaking when exposed to water-based materials. Another thing was the fact that I had forgotten how they worked, ending up on me messing up the colors. At some point, I noticed the paper started thinning and I started fearing it would break. So I decided to let it dry and go over it with the same color pencils I used for the previous drawing. I've come to realize I am much more comfortable with using pencils, so luckily it wasn't that hard to fix it as much as it could be fixed. The skin ended up looking weird and darker and more saturated than I would have liked, due to me painting with yellow watercolor pencil in the beginning. I finished it by drawing the line art and giving it more texture, to put it that way, by adding line thickness variation. And this is how it turned out. Here's the next and last one. For this one, I wanted to use acrylic markers. I've used them not too long ago for full drawings and decided to wear the easiest medium to work with if I chose a cartoony art style. Which I foolishly didn't, but anyway. The original drawing is surprisingly from 2020, and I say surprisingly because I still feel like 2020 was 2 years ago and not 6. The only slight problem with this medium is that you can't really mix colors. You either have the right color or you don't. Luckily, I did have the right colors. In the beginning, this drawing wasn't one of my main options, but the ones I had chosen didn't really feel different. It was all the same. A girl just standing in the white void of the page, posing for an invisible camera. But I guess this one felt better than the others, because it actually portrayed a scene, an emotion. I would like to reuse this scene for maybe a short animation or just a polished illustration. This is the finished result. Now that we're finished with all of this, I just wanted to say that this video wasn't only to see my improvement. I made this video because I feel like a lot of artists are lacking confidence and motivation. Sometimes one might think they're stuck and there's no way of improving, but videos like this can help see that there's always a way to improve. At least for me, it has always been a big inspiration seeing others' improvement. It made me realize that I was also capable of such amazing art. Whether they took 10 months or 10 years to improve, it shows that it is possible. And you shouldn't give up on your art, no matter what type of art. Drawing, music, writing, anything that you make yourself and put passion into will turn out to be something that you're proud of one way or another. So don't give up, because you are improving and you are going to get somewhere, even if it doesn't feel like it sometimes. By the way, the song playing right now is played and written by me. I hope you like it. Having said this, only thing left is remember to subscribe and like the video. It helps a ton. Thank you and see you the next time.